There's a strange kind of strength in silence, the kind that makes people lean in, wondering what's going on in your mind, the kind that separates men who react from men who rule. Most people think power is loud. They think it's about who can talk the most, argue the hardest, or dominate every conversation. But the truth is, real power begins the moment you stop explaining yourself. When you choose silence over noise, you become unpredictable. You become dangerous, because people can't read silence. And what they can't read, they fear. Every time you feel that burning urge to speak, that impulse to defend yourself, to correct someone, or to make your point, you're facing a test of ego. And most people fail it. They talk because they're uncomfortable with not being understood. They need others to validate their worth through words. But the Stoic man, he doesn't chase validation. He knows that silence often says more than 1,000 explanations ever could. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "And you always own the option of having no opinion." That's not weakness, it's mastery. It's control over your emotions. Because silence doesn't mean ignorance. It means you're strong enough to observe without reacting, wise enough to understand that not every battle needs your voice. Think about the moments you regret the most in your life. The arguments, the impulsive messages, the words you wish you could take back. Most of them began when you spoke out of emotion, not wisdom. Anger, pride, jealousy, these emotions are loud. They beg to be expressed. But silence kills them before they spread. It's your shield, your weapon, your power. When you stay silent, you give yourself time to think. You create space between stimulus and response. You shift from being a slave to your emotions to being their master. That's why the strongest men don't talk much. They listen, they watch, they learn. They read the room before they ever open their mouth. And when they finally speak, every word carries weight, because silence has already done the groundwork. People today are addicted to noise. Social media taught everyone to broadcast their opinions 24/7. But here's what you need to understand. The more you speak, the more predictable you become. And the more predictable you are, the easier it is for people to manipulate you. Silence, on the other hand, keeps them guessing. It forces others to reveal themselves first. And that's how you gain the upper hand, by saying nothing while everyone else exposes their thoughts, fears, and weaknesses. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." When you stay quiet, you start to notice what others miss. You hear what's not being said, the hesitation in someone's tone, the insecurity behind their laughter, the hidden motives in their words. Most people talk themselves into trouble. The wise let others talk themselves into exposure. But silence isn't just about dealing with others, it's about dealing with yourself. When you're alone and your mind is loud with worry or regret, silence teaches you to face it, to sit with the discomfort, to listen to your own thoughts instead of drowning them in distractions. It's brutal at first, but that's how inner peace is built. The Stoics called this discipline of assent, the ability to observe your thoughts without becoming your thoughts. Sometimes silence is the only answer that honors your strength. When people insult you, expect you to react, or bait you into drama, don't give them what they want. A calm mind is the ultimate revenge. Nothing disarms arrogance like indifference. Let your silence echo louder than their noise. But here's the truth few can handle. Silence feels uncomfortable because it exposes who we really are. It strips away our need to perform, to be liked, to be heard. It forces us to face the truth. Most people speak because they fear being forgotten. Yet the men who changed the world are remembered for what they didn't say. They spoke when it mattered, and when they didn't, their silence spoke for them. So when you feel that fire rising in your chest, the need to prove, to argue, to explain, pause. Breathe. Let silence win the battle. Because every time you do, you sharpen your self-control. You turn your emotions into discipline. And discipline is the foundation of power. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means you've evolved past the need to be understood. You no longer explain yourself to those who refuse to understand. You no longer fight battles that don't lead to victory. You stand still while others exhaust themselves trying to figure you out. And that's when you become untouchable. So force yourself to stay silent, especially when you feel like talking. Let your restraint confuse them. Let your calmness unsettle them. Let your silence remind them that your peace isn't for sale, because the man who controls his tongue controls his destiny.